Graduands, graduates, diplomates, family and friends, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. Will you please stand? You may now be seated.
To all our students graduating today, welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. To all who have come to celebrate their graduation, their terrific achievements, family, friends, our industry partners, distinguished guests, welcome too. As we gather today, we do so on the land of the Palawa and Pakana peoples, the traditional owners and continuing custodians of La Truida, Tasmania. On these lands there has been learning and gathering for ceremonies, for celebrations, for longer than these lands have been an island. People were gathering to celebrate rites of passage in these lands when this was the great peninsula of southern Australia. So when we honour the knowledges of today, we do so with the humility of knowing that knowledges stretching back tens of thousands of years have stewarded this island to what it is today. And we honour the continuing vitality and life of that knowledge and the community that cares for it. As we gather here today, we recognise that today is both a destination and a doorway. Achievements like today don't come easily and these haven't been easy times. Few educational journeys are straightforward, and that's why we gather as a community to celebrate what you, our students, have achieved. Staff and family take pride in what you've done precisely because it's hard, not easy. And we gather here to wish you well through that doorway to what comes next in your life. One of the greatest satisfactions to be a staff member of a university is not just what people achieve today, but what we watch you become. So today, we also wish you well on your becoming. And I now welcome University Council Member, Ms. Alicia Leese, to the stage to officiate today's ceremony.
Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor. It's an honour and also really exciting to be here with you today, sharing this moment as you become a graduate of this wonderful university and step out on the next phase of your life. I offer my warmest congratulations to all of you who are graduating, and to those of you who have been part of the journey and those who are celebrating today, this special occasion. When I look out at everyone here today, I can't help thinking of all the stories that must be in the room today. Stories about what led you to come to university. Stories about what going to university has meant for you. And stories about the aspirations and hopes that you hold today as you step out as graduates, each making your own unique contribution to the world. You are well prepared to make that contribution, for by awarding you with your degrees today, the university is recognising that you have achieved a level of excellence in your chosen discipline. And that disciplinary excellence about to be formally and publicly recognised means that when you're asked, so what do? You might have a new answer to offer, reflecting all that your studies have led to. I'm a graduate accountant. I'm an expert in marketing or construction management or community sport or design. For those of you who are being awarded a PhD, you'll become a doctor. And whatever you put before your name, there will also be a few more letters you can put after it, a sign to the world of what you've achieved. Graduating is a significant achievement for those for which there can be justifiable pride and affection. Just as there have been many milestones that have led to this moment, I hope there will be many more ahead of you in your careers and professional development as you continue to work hard and experience the satisfaction of further learning, growth and achievement. In pursuing all of this, I also hope there are many other moments of life beyond your work that are sources of great meaning and joy. No doubt you observe from the family, friends and communities who've supported you along your journey that a life well lived is one that achieves balance. As a part of that, each one of you has a tremendous opportunity to give generously to your community. And to know that you are helping others is enormously satisfying. You can do this in so many ways. And many of you no doubt already do this, perhaps in ways that you don't even recognise. It might be lending a hand, mentoring a fellow student or work colleague, or perhaps you will lend your skills and experience to a local community organisation, your children's school, or a not-for-profit. Indeed, there are so many ways to make a difference, especially as the graduate of a university whose mission is to do just that. For example, there's no more pressing challenge today in the world than climate change, and being named the #1 university in the world for climate action for the second year in a row is a testimony to the outstanding work being undertaken right across our university, a university that I hope you are as proud to be a part of as I am. This includes high-impact work from researchers in our College of Business and Economics who are helping with the business response to climate change through a stronger focus on carbon accounting and trading, valuation of natural capital, and environmental, social and governance measures, critical issues for businesses to consider as we transition to a carbon neutral future. Meanwhile, our tax clinics in Hobart and Launceston are helping people across services access services otherwise unavailable to them. Our researchers are also seeking to address deeply entrenched gender biases by highlighting how these are embedded in artificial intelligence against women and their roles as leaders. And the new Tasmanian Behavioural Lab is making a real difference to how we design and implement policy here in Tasmania. From the management of chronic disease to school attendance, to vaccination rates, the management of fisheries and gambling. Indeed, the lab is making a difference well beyond Tasmania, working with the United Nations to reduce maternal mortality rates in Timor-Leste. These achievements exemplify our university's mission to make a difference for Tasmania and from Tasmania to the world. We are very proud of each of you who is graduating today, as ultimately it is you and the difference that you will make that will fulfil our mission, no matter where your path takes you. Some of you will stay in Tasmania, and some of you will go to other places around the world. All of you will make a difference that reaches right across the globe, making a special Tasmanian contribution wherever you are. So whether you're originally from Tasmania or not, I hope you all now feel at least a little bit Tasmanian. A few nods and smiles, I hope. And importantly, that you will always treasure your connection to Tasmania and its people. I have experienced and witnessed over and over how these connections pop up in surprising ways as you venture forth, and how unshakable this bond with Tasmania can be. The Tasmanian way is sometimes understated, and there are special things that come with it, including a quiet determination and adaptability that underpins many of Tasmania's great successes. We like to think this Tasmanian way also fosters people with broader understandings who are multi-skilled and who truly get on and do great work for Tasmania and for the world. So as you step out as graduates, we hope you will remember these Tasmanian qualities and draw on them as a sense of strength and an inspiration for the years ahead. We are proud to call you graduates of the University of Tasmania, and we welcome you to a community of diverse and talented people for who over 133-year history have contributed and continue to contribute to a better Tasmania and a better world. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to invite Miss Alice Holywell-Jones to present the occasional address. Miss Holywell-Jones graduated from the university with a Bachelor of Commerce degree in 2005. You're younger than I am, Alice. A proud Tasmanian, Alice is passionate about working in the public sector where she can support and drive better outcomes for Tasmania and the community. She's also undertaken executive level roles in the not-for-profit sector, where she was focused on delivering enhanced consumer outcomes for some of our most vulnerable Tasmanians in the aged care sector. Over the past several years, Alice has held a number of roles as a member of the Tasmanian Senior Executive Service, including Director of People and Culture for the then Department of Primary Industries, Parks, Water and Environment, Senior Advisor to the Honourable Will Hodgman and subsequently to the Honourable Peter Gutwin, Executive Director, Strategy and Engagement for the Department of Premier and Cabinet, and Acting General Manager, Park Operations and Business Services for Tasmania Parks and Wildlife Service. She is currently the Director, Landscape Programs with Parks and Wildlife, a role that oversees the strategic management and enhancement of the Tasmanian parks and reserve systems. I invite Ms Holywell-Jones to present the occasional address.
Thank you, Chancellor. Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the university, graduands, families and friends. About 2 years ago, I found myself in a tattoo parlour. This may seem like a strange place to begin, but bear with me. Despite the needles pressing into my skin, I wasn't feeling pain. I wasn't nervous. This visit had a purpose. I wanted a permanent reminder of a hard-won lesson, to stop constantly thinking about what's next, to be more present in my life and more conscious of the choices I made. It had been unnerving to recently realise how much of my life had unfolded without real conscious consideration of the life I wanted to create for myself. At the time, I was working on the executive for the Department of Premier and Cabinet, leading the biggest and most diverse team I had ever led. It was a career high, but it had become all-consuming, and I realised at no point had I stopped to consider if that was the pathway I actually wanted. Was I heading down the path that I had purposely created, or just the one I was on? I needed the permanent reminder to make choices about the things I felt passionate about, and the people and the places that gave me purpose and made me feel alive. For me, it was the realisation that my purpose is to work in the state service to help drive better outcomes for Tasmania and my community. As part of the executive for the Tasmanian Parks and Wildlife Service, I'm contributing to a sector that is not only economically important, but also responsible for caring for some of the most special places in the world. The role I am in today is one that gives me a sense of purpose and allows me to drive outcomes in an area I'm also passionate about. If I can share one thing with you today, remember to always make decisions with passion, people, and purpose in mind. Congratulations, graduates. Your pride, your passion, your ingenuity, and your hard work has brought you here today. And if you let them, these same attributes will take you to places you've never dreamt of. My colleagues in Brand Tasmania have built an entire narrative for our island state on the quiet pursuit of the extraordinary. That Tasmanians are humble, quietly confident and cool, while the rest of the world is increasingly loud and hot. They have a mission to inspire Tasmanians and those who wish to be Tasmanian to quietly pursue the extraordinary. Today marks both the end and the beginning of your own extraordinary. And as you take these next steps and find yourself in new places and trying new experiences, I want to share my second lesson with you, and that is to be a sponge. Soak in all the learnings you can from the people you choose to surround yourself with. And remember to surround yourself with people who are different to you and who think differently. The importance of diversity of thought is something I've appreciated more as my career has progressed, as it definitely drives better outcomes. It's also important for lifelong learning, which isn't just about formal qualifications, but the learnings and growth we are afforded from the experience of others. While listening and learning is important, also remember your voice. Because even as new graduates, whether you're entering the workplace for the first time or starting a new career pathway, you have value to add in the situations and the roles you find yourself in. Tasmania needs smart minds and strong voices to help us continue to prosper and continue our quiet pursuit of the extraordinary. So, once you've considered your purpose and you've been a sponge, the next thing is to remember to say yes to the opportunities that come your way. When I was sitting where you are today, I'd imagined I'd spent my career travelling a fairly straight pathway in HR. But the journey has been anything but linear. Back then, I never imagined the opportunities that have presented themselves to me along the way. Like the time I earned the opportunity to be Ministerial Advisor to the Premier of Tasmania. It had never been a role on my radar, but the experience unquestionably made me a better public servant. It provided insight to the mechanics of government, and that helped refine my skills and understanding where I could best add value to the bureaucracy. And then there's the time I was seconded to DPAC during COVID, which even though at the time I was reluctant to say yes, ultimately led to one of the highlights of my career to date. During my time as a DPAC executive, I was involved in experiences I never would have imagined, such as working with the head of the state service, the most powerful bureaucrat in the state. I had the opportunity to play a lead role in deploying the machinery of government mechanisms for the state election in 2021 and the subsequent swearing in of Tasmania's 50th government. I oversaw the process to support and swear in Tasmania's 29th governor, and I had the privilege of being the DPAC lead for a number of significant pieces of work for this, including the establishment of the Premier's review into ministerial and parliamentary workplace culture. The opportunity to be part of and add value to pieces of work that literally helped shape the governance of Tasmania would have been inconceivable back to me in 2005, and I'm forever grateful for that experience. Each of your journeys from today will be as individual as you are, but I absolutely encourage each of you to take stock ahead of these next steps. Remember to consciously consider your purpose and make decisions that set your soul on fire. Remember to be a sponge and soak up new experiences without always racing to the next big thing. And finally, remember when the opportunities come along, embrace them. Because after all, today really is the beginning of your own pursuit of the extraordinary.
Thank you, Alice, so much for that address. That's inspiring for all of us to remember those elements. I would now like to call on Associate Professor Andrea Carr, representing the Chair of Academic Senate, to present candidates for degrees and diplomas. This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
On candidates to stand. Councillor, I commend to you the candidates whose names are listed in the conferral list before you for admission to the degrees and for the award of the diplomas shown. They have completed all of the requirements for their awards to the satisfaction of the Academic Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, I admit you and the candidates in absentia as listed in the conferral list before me to the degrees and award the diplomas for which they have qualified.
Please join me in congratulating the new graduates and diplomates. Graduates and diplomates, please be seated. Councillor, the graduates and diplomates will now be presented to you.
I now call upon the Executive Dean of the College of Business and Economics, Professor Stuart Crispin, to present graduates and diplomats in that college.
Yapalingara. Councillor, for the undergraduate certificate in agribusiness, I present to you Siem Do Sia. For the undergraduate certificate in applied technologies, I present to you Troy Joshua David Lockhart. For the undergraduate certificate in community support, I present to you Rachel Gyo Xing Banks. Tori Melissa Jade Brooks. Deborah Joy Burns. Philly Chapman Greer. Ebony Susan Harris. Tiffany Louise Mole. Nathan John Reynolds. Donna Marion Roberts. Zalia Savage. For the Diploma of Applied Design, Antonia Anderson Black. For the Diploma of Applied Science, Sophie Margaret Ann Gunn. For the Diploma of Construction Management, Jake Jefferson Barrett. Rebecca Lynn Cooper. Joseph Farjon. Harry Hazel. Heidi Hoffler. Alex James Morawski. For the Diploma of Pharmacy Studies, Savithra De Silva. For the Diploma of Philosophy, Samuel Roberts. For the Diploma of University Studies Arts, Ava Chelsea Dealey. Ebony Robertson. For the Diploma of University Studies Education, Caitlin Lidston. For the Diploma of University Studies Paramedicine, William Lehman. Ellen Catherine Peroni. For the Diploma of University Studies Psychology, Ethan Craig Portellis. For the Diploma of University Studies Science, James Francis Setuan Iskander. For the International First Year Diploma Science, Irvan Atmadaj. Jahid Hossein Ridoy. Kangling Wong. For the Associate Degree in Agribusiness, McKinley Garwood. For the Associate Degree in Applied Business, Sarah Ann Gunning. Zoe Lee Leslie. For the Associate Degree in Applied Design and the Undergraduate Certificate in Sustainable Living, Lucy Isabel Mulvaney Tennant. For the Associate Degree in Applied Health and Community Support, Kimberly Jones. Karen Elizabeth Mosenthal. Dijen Mazo Sise. Susan Jean Walker. For the Associate Degree in Applied Science, Fermentation Science and Separation Processes, Morgan Bueller-Clemenston. For the Associate Degree in Applied Technology Cybersecurity, Zane Cusack. Mitchell Hazelwood. Mason Staples Ashforth. For the Associate Degree in Applied Technology Equipment Design, Dana Rose Cleary. For the Bachelor of Business, Khan Mud Abraz. Patrick Schaefer Alcock. Zach Barnett. Zali Bell Chambers. Laura Jane Beswick. Winiak Bardwaj. Alec Bresnahan. Xu Yu Cao. Henry Capp. Kinlock Chan. Si Long Chan. Zheyan Chen. Lai Ong Chung. Ho Man Chow. Brenda Christie. Gabriella Colavecchio. Harrison Gerard Cummins. Jasmine Daniels. Jerry David. Luella Grace Beswell-Dodd. Aidan Donovan. Nicole Elise Elford. Yu Cheng Fan. Thomas Farrell. Leo Hayden Fountain. Joseph Fright. Danyang Gao. Baden Glynn. Priyanka Hassan. Malika Hemraz. Macy Hope. Noah Howard. Madeline Peter Hughes. Jayesh Ravinder Jayawardena. Hannah Mary Jones. Stephen Michael Kelly. Eka Zaliata Srihayu Kisi. Isabel Starr Kreiner. Bradley James Lakaseljak. T. Xuan Yu Li. Madison Lee. Hao Bin Lai. Jia Lim. Anmiao Liu. Rachel Hope Lowe. Rona May McTavish. Vanessa Ann Martin. Ruben Jack McCormick. Fabian James Natoli. Si Quang Nang. Thi Lan Ya Nguyen. Tuan Dung Nguyen. Jean Jules Neon Kura. Lachlan James Payne. Kivundu Chiratha Santhusu Premadasa Pitawala Karandra. Samuel Alexander Rose. Cindy Root. Sally Said. Sue Chow Man. Si Ching So. Emily Southam. Jade Lee Stacey. Olivia Ann Stoddart. Jessica Swan. Tang Feng Jun. Linda Tang. Carmen Trong. Isabel Tuck. Tharusha Nawanjali Naruthada Udapita Udapiti Gadara. Hayden Matthew Van Emmerich. Michelle K. Wall. James Flynn Wobstrop. Lin Shi Wen. Benjamin Carrington White. Tyler Matthew Wilmot. Liam Wilson. Ching He Wong. Hao Lin Shu. Bo Shen Yang. Hoi Yi Yao. Wen Yang Yong. Yuhong Yuan. Zhang Guomin. For the Bachelor of Business and the Diploma of Paralegal Practice, Thomas Hugo. For the Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of Science, Mariko Andrusworth. For the Bachelor of Business Administration, Jirakun Chat Chiaoxion. For the Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of ICT, Joshua Boost. David Rees Humphrey. For the Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of Science, David Jeffrey Bennett. For the Bachelor of Economics, Calvin Goodwin. For the Bachelor of Philosophy, Business and Science, Vienna Marie Hill. For the Bachelor of Philosophy, Olivia Felix Kulinski. Okay. Oliver, sorry. Oliver Felix Kulinski. For the Bachelor of Economics with Honours, Kimberly Jane Brockman. For the Master of Information Technology and Systems, Komandel Kaur. Councillor, that concludes the presentation of graduates and diplomates from the College of Business Economics and the College of Science and Engineering.
Well, that was wonderful. Thank you all so much for that. I think we did that very well. Thank you, Professor Crispin. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Miss Jade Stacey, who graduated today with a Bachelor of Business. A great degree, that one. Might be something that I have too. Miss Stacey will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of students graduating today.
Councillor, distinguished guests, members of the university, graduates, family and friends. It is a privilege to stand before you today in an attempt to speak on behalf of the student cohort. A huge task in which plenty of procrastination occurred, something which I'm sure would resonate with many of my fellow graduates. For how does one summarise 3 additional years of school and encompass all of our experiences in such a brief moment? Well, a moment I intend to keep brief for the sake of my dad's sanity. In saying that, I think my time at university has pushed the boundaries of both my parents' sanity, for how else to describe first year but a party. Of course, a very responsible and assignments on time sort of party. The moments that contributed to uni life, partially being a party, are the ones that will stand out in remembrance of our time here, as opposed to the procrastination, late night studying, endless cramming and the unavoidable stress. Well, looking back, the stress may have been slightly avoidable. Though in reminiscing, if I had not procrastinated, I would have missed out on what I now consider to be core uni memories. Not that I'm condoning procrastination. However, it's worth noting that even the bad isn't as bad as it seems. And though the scars from those experiences will stay with us, they will fade, as I'm sure we will begin to regard our time here as one of the easiest times in our lives. For the majority of us, until today, our lives have centred around school, marking today not only a significant milestone within our educational career, but the end and beginning of an era. University forces us in many ways to grow up, make those adult decisions, and as will the rest of our lives. But in uni, there are ample opportunities to grow back down again, and if you're a fan of Mamma Mia like myself, screw them if they can't take a joke. So, my fellow graduates, continue to find those opportunities to grow back down, because as my dear cousin once said, time goes too fast, enjoy every minute, you'll blink and it'll be over. Because today, it is. And though it felt much too long through the majority of our degree and schooling, suddenly we've blinked our way to our graduation ceremony, and I congratulate you. It's a feat to be proud of, showcasing our hard work and determination, something my parents demonstrate every day. They say you lead by example, and I consider myself very lucky to have such a great example in them. To my mum and dad, I love you and thank you. Now back to us. Graduates, go us. In the making of my speech, the collective advice was to quote someone. Many of my friends thought it would be iconic to quote Mr. Worldwide, seeing as he's been there, done that. However, I figured, though relevant to many of us graduating today, he didn't seem appropriate for such a formal event. So, through restraint, and for my mum who loves her, I leave you with the wise words of Mary Poppins. Go chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it.
Thank you so much, Jade. I think Mary Poppins is a wonderful way to finish that address. Congratulations. Well, that just about concludes our ceremony for today, and I'd now like to take the time to encourage each of you to acknowledge the contribution of your friends and family who have supported you on your path to graduation today, helping out when things were tough and clearly procrastinating, and celebrating your successes. In so many ways, graduation is a collective achievement. It really matters to have a moment to be with and to acknowledge all of the people that have been part of your journey. I now invite our graduates to stand and turn and express your gratitude to those who have supported you with a round of applause. Thank you. You can now be seated. As you celebrate your graduation today, you join a vibrant global family of over 150,000 graduates who have taken this precious University of Tasmania experience to all continents around the world and across more than 130 countries. Remember, you are not leaving the university. As alumni of the university, you have joined what is a very special university community. You are now all members of our extended university family, and I do hope that you will keep in touch. Graduation ceremonies represent a very special moment, and being here with you all today could not be more important or more heartwarming for me. Enjoy the rest of the day with your friends and family. Professor Black and I now invite you and your family and guests to refreshments in the Federation Ballroom on level 2 of this building. I ask you all to stand while the procession retires and invite you to follow us.